311 roadmap update for you. This came out on Friday, as always, made by Odysseus 1992. I'm going to look at this with you. There is a tiny new entry in 312, which is going to make a major difference to the way we play the game, but it's gone largely unnoticed. Well, I've seen people talk about it, but not as much as they should have. We'll discuss that. But before we dig into it, we are giving away the Xperia Talon Shrike courtesy of August test in exactly 1 week. Well, in 6 days from today, I will make the draw. All you gotta do is comment on the video giving away the Shrike and be a subscriber to this channel. I will then draw a name randomly. It could be yours, and it's listed right there in 312. We'll take a look. We'll get to it in a second. With that said, let's jump into 311, currently sitting at 86% done, and it is out to Evocati. The repainting and existing planet and moons is at 0%. Updated ground textures complete. Updated geology complete. Space station cargo decks at 97%. Now, as cargo becomes physicalized, where does it go when you dock? At the moment, it can simply disappear, but you want immersion, right? It's all about the immersion. Where does it go? It goes to the cargo deck. Now, this is going to change the look of a lot of the rest stops. It's going to be these massive cargo decks sticking out the sides, and they are huge. It just adds to the whole immersion of it that your cargo is a physical thing that is physically going somewhere. It's going to look good. You'll like it. Now, the relaxation of armistice restrictions, we've spoken about that in the previous video. They're going to be putting these huge S10 turrets, size 10 turrets at places like Port O and at rest stops. And if you do break the law, prepare to get one-shotted. It is going to kill you. But they're also adding security forces who will respond in kind to the level threat in the area. They call it the heat index. If there's a lot of heat in the area, a lot of criminal activity, they'll spawn in larger and more powerful security forces. Force reactions, 92%. Play external inventory. We saw examples of that in the recent Inside Star Citizen. Improved throw at 97%, up 5%. If you've ever dropped a grenade at your feet, not that I've ever done that, but if you've ever dropped a grenade at your feet, you know how important those improved throw mechanics are. Almost complete. Now the Origin, 100, 125, and 135C, getting up there, 83%. You know, as a new player, if you're coming into the game and you're looking for a starter ship, and that starter ship is the 100 series from Origin, it is nice. It's really pretty, really pretty. Not that I have one, but I've definitely spoken to a couple individuals who are very excited about getting their hands on them. The ballistic shotgun is done, and the grenade launcher, no action at 90%. Ground cover buoyancy complete. 311X. At some point after 311 coming out, maybe a couple of weeks or a month, the Mercury Star Runner should be making its way there. No change is 54%. The Mercury Star Runner is, just from talking to my community, probably one of the most anticipated ships short of the Banu Merchantman. The Star Runner is a data runner. Now, we don't have much data gameplay, as in we don't have any, but it is a good looking ship, and it's definitely on the radar of a lot of people. Looking forward to seeing more action on that. Let's go to 312. The mystery armor at 14%, no change. Stanton system spacescaping is new, is in. Space station refinery decks, again, much like the cargo. You are mining, you take your rocks to the station. What happens? They simply disappear? No, there's a refinery. There's steam coming up. There's molten liquid falling all over the place. It looks like it's busy. Immersion, right? Immersion. So that is sitting at 61%, moving along slowly. Ship hazard awareness and avoidance. Okay, so AI will be crashing into you less. Good. Station-based refining, weapon zeroing, object push and pull up 17%. Elevator panel updates at 50%. Those elevator panels, I mean, you currently see them in the new Babbage, right? Everyone, all the new players I bump into don't know you can mouse scroll to move them. So keep that in mind. When you come across them, you can mouse scroll to see the lower levels. Don't get stuck in them. Lore system or death animation improvements flat. Lore system V2 surrender 75. The Xperia Talon and the Shrike sitting no action 46%. Those ships are cool. They are very hot. I can't wait to get into the Talon myself. Shrike giveaway. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, get in there, drop a comment on that video for the Shrike to have a chance to win in exactly 6 days from today. Multi-tool tractor beam, 36%. Server to client network rework at 30%. They always have that in there. But wait, here's the most important thing. The Stanton system Spacescaping, which is new. This is big. This is very, very big. They were talking about this in the Inside Star Citizen on August 27th. Let me play you. It's a 4-minute clip just on this topic, but I'll play you the the final minute of it, and I'll explain why this is so important. So here we go.
So throughout this, I've been moving very, very fast, probably faster than what you can quantum travel at.
This is the nebula
so it
cloud.
is generally really hard to tell what scale we're at right now.
The scale of it, right? Here's the issue. Okay. Here's the child cloud. It's a small cloud within the large one. Now here's the issue that faces Star Citizen. You're in space. Space is big. How do you create a sense of scale when there's nothing around you? Now, we know when you jump to quantum, you get the effects, you get a feeling of movement, but when there's no asteroids, there's nothing around you, what can give you a sense of actually traveling through these areas? And what they want to do is stick in these big nebulas or gas clouds. Now, this particular small one is gigantic on its own, but it's sitting in what's called the parent, and that is massive. Take a look at this.
And you can see your asteroids. You can see the whole thing.
It's the size of asteroids. Going to zoom out.
But maybe what we can do is turn on some planets for scale.
So here's the magic. Look at this.
So right here, this is a sphere. There's scale of yellow.
Okay.
So it's really.
You've all been to yellow at this point. You can see by the size of that small child cloud how big it compares to the equivalent surface area on yellow. That will take a long time to travel through at low speeds. All right. So definitely, scale-wise, it's massive. But watch as he zooms out here.
It's very close to the scale of a moon here. This child itself, but we can scale up a little bit. Here's the size of Hurston, slightly bigger.
Hurston, now watch this.
Bad. And here's the size of Crusader. And we have that compared to the parent. The parent is even larger than that.
That parent cloud is massive, but here is where the important aspects. Okay, so they're going to stick in clouds. What does that mean? Well, they can create dynamic missions within the child cloud alone, which could take you minutes, if not hours, to get through at slow speeds. The entire parent cloud itself is gigantic. Think about how they can drop these all over the system and create dynamic missions within them, whether it's an abandoned space station, whether a derelict alien ship has been discovered and there's some sort of data transmission. So you have to get your star on it, go in there, you have to transverse through some areas slowly, find the alien derelict, get the data from it, come out. There's so many gameplay options this throws in. And if they can throw in these child clouds in these large ones dynamically to create missions, whether it's salvage, whether an asteroid with quantanium has been discovered and it's deep in there and you have to find your way through it, it adds so much more depth to exploration and mining and data running, or whatever you want, can all be done within these clouds, which can be spawned all over the Stanton system. So the system is not this big empty space, but can be filled with so much more dynamic and emerging gameplay by putting in this spacescaping. So a small tiny entry that they're stuck in 312 with massive implications for gameplay going forward. And with that, let's wrap up. If you enjoy my content, guys, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, your comments below. Give me your thoughts on the spacescaping and the different gameplay mechanics that might come out of that. And don't forget to get yourself in order to in line to win that Asperia Talon Shrike, courtesy of August Test. I'll catch you in the next one.